So we're back with another episode of Game Changers, and of course you're wondering, not your usual host. My name's Joanna, and I'm here this month as we take you through a wonderful, empowering series of women who take their messages out to the world and of course stand for each other. That big gap that we call sisterhood. Welcome to Game Changers. Today on the show I have a very special guest with me. She's not just a phenomenal guest, she's also someone who has become a dear friend to me. She's a woman who has made it her life's purpose to empower women, not just in Sri Lanka, but in different levels, not corporate, but also personal, from around the world. And right now she's taking messages across. Apart from that, she's a wonderful mother, an amazing wife, and one of the exceptional, one-of-a-kind daughters that you can find. Please welcome Sanila. Sani, it's lovely having you with us.
Oh, thank you, Jo. Thank you so much.
Okay, so we're going to start with so much to ask you because there's so much you do in this field. But before I go to the here and now, I want to go slightly back to the past. And, you know, I believe that a woman of substance is always something to do with where she came from, her childhood, her upbringing. That is her foundation. Tell us a little about your foundation.
Okay. Well, it's really interesting because where I started and where I am today is there's a big story there. I mean, if I could just try to condense it here, I was a rather introverted person, believe it or not. I was terrified of speaking. I didn't have a lot of friends growing up, didn't have very many hobbies. I was very much to myself. I was the third in the family, had a big family. One thing that I saw was that I always had that atmosphere in the family where everybody was always, the energy in the family was always, you know, action and work and, you know, getting things out, getting things done. And I think I was sort of exposed to that from a very teeny tot age. And I think perhaps my momentum and energy that people might see today, I think attributes to that. The fact that it started for me at a very young age, just in my own house, with my family, my parents. So, yeah.
That's what it was like growing up. So that was the younger years that I would call it. Okay, before we get down to what you do today, which is going to be the most interesting part of our next two clips in this conversation, let's talk about the you here and now outside the corporate view. The you here and now, that's the mom, that's the wife, balancing that whole, I wouldn't even call it a 9 to 5 anymore, because with the globe trotting and the amount that you have to do, I think it's more like a 24-hour spin. So how does that work?
Yeah, so I mean, I have a husband who is rather supportive. I'm a mother to a 6.5-year-old baby girl. She's still my baby girl, but maybe she's not a baby anymore. And my husband, he is in the medical profession, and he is very busy as well. But I think when I met him, I think I kind of made it clear to him that I had a dream, I had a big picture going on, I had a vision. And along with that, then 1 year into the marriage, we were blessed with this beautiful baby girl. And thereafter, the entire dynamic was sort of supported around the fact that my husband and I were very supportive of each other's vision, our goals. And between us, I'm able to do my globe trotting, my big picture vision and all of that because of this support system. I can never achieve what I'm doing alone. And this is something I very openly advocate to any woman or man, particularly women, and particularly in South Asia, is if you have the dream, you cannot achieve it alone. Be it your team, be it your family support structure, whatever it is, you need to work with that. I mean, Jo, really honestly, it's great to be able to really pursue and do and really experience what I always wanted to experience and be doing. But at the same time, it comes with a lot of sacrifice. So it's not easy. Just today, before coming for this interview, I was in my daughter's school facing the tormenting, frightening parents-teachers meeting, because that is a big drill for any mom, because it's you meet the teacher and it's kind of intimidating because you know she's going to give you like a performance review on your child. So I did that in the morning, and then right after the mum hat, I take that off. I go back home, and then I have to deal with, you know, the house home front. Then I put that hat on. Sometimes that will be the husband hat on, you know, I make the macro decisions as well. And then I take that hat off, and then I come here for the interview. That's the entrepreneur, the visionary, the businesswoman, all of that. And so it's this constant compromise, and also negotiating and bargaining with your support system that you have defined for yourself. I mean, that's really what it is about. Yeah.
That's beautiful, Sunny. In fact, I like the fact that you bought that base of support system. I know a lot of women inculcate and also kind of empower out this thought very loud that I can do this on my own. I don't need a man. I don't need anyone. I believe that there's a partial 50-50 in that. It doesn't mean that you do or you don't, but I believe that yes, what you said is the golden truth. The support system is really what brings you to what you are, you know, and fills those gaps. On the other side, though, we're going to take a quick break, but on the other side, it's going to be very interesting because that's why we're going to talk about the girl that you said was quite an introvert, coming out into this force field and taking, you know, the globe, Sri Lanka, and women groups in a storm. So that's coming up on the other side. Do stay locked on to Game Changers. A lot of exciting stuff to talk to with Sanela.